Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, just like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching us this truth. And salutations to the sincere Akim and Aquith that may listen. So this is your brother Raquai back here with another video. And I just came across an article in the Toronto Caribbean newspaper that I wanted to just bring out. I want to read it out a little bit and share with you a couple precepts, and hopefully this lesson will be edifying. Right? So, okay. So here's a short snippet of the article. I came across it on Instagram, but I think if you go to the link below, you will find the full read, right? So it says, in the wake of the recent truckers convoy, Canadians have been peppering Governor General's Mary Simon's office with calls to dissolve the federal government and remove Justin Trudeau from office. In the National Post, Rideau Hall's call center normally receives between 25 to 50 calls a day. Since the truckers' convoy began, the numbers exploded with more than 1,500 on Wednesday and over 4,600 at one point in the afternoon on Thursday. In Canada, a vote of no confidence is a motion that legislature disapproves and no longer consents to the governing prime minister and their cabinet. In vote of no confidence passes will lead to the fall of the government. And if it passes, the prime minister is required to submit his or her resignation to the governor general, who may invite the leader of another coalition to attempt and form a new government, so on and so forth. Right? So below it, just here, it says there is no mechanism in Canada for citizens to remove a sitting prime minister. Right? So I wanted to bring this out because slowly you're starting to see a lot more and more of the prophecies spoken of in the Bible continue to play out. And I'm saying this to say it's important during around this time to continue to equip yourself of what's to come, because the situation with what's going on in the world right now, it's slowly going to get worse and worse and worse before it even begins to improve again, right? So it's really, really important to equip yourselves with the knowledge of the scriptures constantly, daily, just seeking that wisdom to keep yourself stable, as it says in Isaiah 33:6. So wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our times and the strength of our salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure, right? Roughly paraphrasing. But yeah, so in regards to the protest, we're just going to hit our first scripture we're going to hit is let's see, it's in 2nd Ezra. So this is 2nd Ezra 15 verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes and course of their actions. So the sedition is being brewed right now in Canada, but in other respective nations as well, because there are other countries that seem to be following suit, amidst this trucker convoy that's going on, right? And the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So as this sedition and this rebellion that is constantly being brewed right now, People are fed up with the authority that is being held by, the so-called white man that's in power at the moment, right? So, and in regards to our authority, we're going to hit our second scripture. So we're going to go to Proverbs. So this is Proverbs 29 verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. So what you're seeing right now is the country and even the world is in a state of mourning. People are going through different, have the different situations. People are unable to pay their rent. The price of gas is going up. People's children are in and out of schools, and it's back and forth, and the policies are constantly changing. Today it's one thing, today it's, and the next day it's something else. So they keep pushing these laws, and people are in a state of mourning because it's affecting people's ability to put food on their table, not just for them but their family, and provide for their family. Which is why the wicked, pursuant to Job 9 and 24, they are controlling the world at the moment, right? And it needs to be a new position of rulership. There needs to be a new group of people that need to be in rulership, starting with the elect, right? So we're going to go over to Luke 11 and 17 in regards to all this division. So this is Luke 11 and 17. But he, knowing their thoughts, said unto them, it's Yahushua speaking, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. Right? So, in this case, where the world is presently, how the world currently is, you have people that are divided against each other. So you have liberals versus conservatives, or you have Democrats and Republicans, and even more with this hokey pokey. You have people who have the hokey pokey versus people who don't have the hokey pokey. And now you have a new segment of people who have the hokey pokey times 2 plus the booster juice, right? So this is breeding a lot more division every single day, right? So what does the scripture say on that? Every kingdom that divided itself is brought to desolation, and a house divided against a house falleth, right? So soon the kingdom is going to crumble and it's going to fall, right? Because of all this of animosity and division, right? So let me just go back to my list. So I've got another scripture here. So this is Proverbs 25 verse 19. Confidence in an unfaithful man in a time of trouble is like a broken tooth and a foot out of joint. Yikes. Okay, so so if you just imagine a broken tooth or a foot out of joint, those two instruments they cannot do their job to full efficiency, right? It cannot perform. So that is just to picture that with these people who are these prime ministers and these presidents that are currently in power. They're like a broken tooth. They're useless. What are you going to do with a broken tooth? You can't chew anything with that. Like, you know what I mean? Right? So just real quick, let's just Google that word, confidence. Let's look up that word confidence in the etymology. Okay, so this is confidence in the etymology. Assurance or belief in the goodwill, veracity of another, firmly trusting, bold, to have full trust or resilience. Certainty of a proposition or assertion, right? So it's important to have confidence, during this time. And what gives you that confidence is the knowledge of the scriptures, right? Of strong, bold assurance, because all the answers and what's going to help you navigate uncertain situations like this is all in the scriptures. So it's really, really important to continuously seek the scriptures daily. Whether you have a good-ish day or you have a bad day, it's constantly seeking and learning about how to navigate certain situations and how to equip yourself of what's to come to keep your mind stable, right? So I want to get one more scripture, to kind of serve as a reminder to, okay, this is what this is what you need to do constantly to keep yourself stable during a time like this, right? So the last scripture I want to get, so this is 1 Peter's 1:13. Wherefore, gird up your loins of your mind, be sober, so continues to be attentive of what's going on, and hope to the end for the grace that is to be brought unto you at the revelation of Yahushua HaMashiach. Right? So constantly equipping yourself with the knowledge of the scriptures, right? Just continuously to study and, sometimes you'll make mistakes, but constantly just diligently search the scriptures, right? So that's all I've got for today. So hopefully this lesson was edifying. And lastly, I'd just like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Kakadash.